do my daily makeup routine for you and skincare. But when I say daily, I don't actually do all this makeup daily. Sometimes I do it. But what I wear for makeup really varies from day to day. Especially because when I have migraines, I don't turn on the lights in my house at all. And so on those days, it's kind of hard to do makeup in total darkness. So I just don't wear any makeup at all. I will say most days I put on mascara. That's sort of like my one thing that I always want to wear. But everything else is sort of extra. I have been wearing more makeup recently. It's been kind of fun. But I would not say I am at all an expert at putting on makeup. I'm not even sure I would call myself competent at putting on makeup, but I will show you today one thing that I might do. So one look I might wear, which is this one. So I'm filming this after I did everything. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so this is me with no makeup on. Oh, I'm blurry. There we go. And I do actually go out fairly often like this. I frequently don't wear makeup. So I'm going to start first by actually pulling my hair back a little bit. With these little clippies. And I don't really care how this looks. I just want the hair out of my face. So, okay. So, hair pulled back. Face is totally bare. I'm going to start with my skincare routine. And that begins with toner. So I have this Tonique Radiance from Lancome, and this is clarifying exfoliating toner, and as you can see I've used quite a lot of it. It's almost gone. I'll be sorry to see it go. So I use a little cotton ball to apply it. Just get a little bit on the cotton ball and rub it on my face. And I do have a mirror down here to help me. I'm also using the viewfinder, which is a little bit brighter. Just rub that across my whole face. I used to have one that was a spray. I knew it's spray, and I liked that a little bit better. And just let it dry. Okay, and next I'm gonna do my eyes. So I have Aveda or Aveda, I'm not sure. Botanical Kinetics Energizing Eye Cream. So I've been using this for a couple months now, I think. Yeah, a couple months I think I've had it. And I've been told you should always apply your eye cream using your ring finger. So I just put a little bit on the one finger. I go ahead and dab it to the second finger. And I get both eyes like this. And you just gently pat it in. And I've been told you should use this finger because it's your weakest finger. I believe that to be true, actually. It certainly has the least range of motion compared to your other fingers. I'm gonna just dab that right in. Get focused again, camera. It really is struggling today. It's not good. There we go. Okay. So now my eyes are moisturized, and during that time, the toner has dried, so I can go ahead and put on serum. So I actually just got this serum. It's just a little sample size, and it's the Black Tea London Classic Serum, and it has Earl Grey in it, so it has tea in it, but it specifically has bergamot in it, which is one of my favorite flavors slash scents. And so I love putting this on. It doesn't smell for very long. My face doesn't smell like tea at the end of it, but just for a minute I get this little bergamot on my face. That smells so good. So I put that on my face, a little bit on my neck. I was also always taught when you rub things into your face to always sort of rub upwards against gravity. I don't know if that actually helps with anything, but I was taught it, so I do it. Okay. And this one actually, I think I'm actually supposed to pat this one and not rub it, but I forgot. So this one dries pretty quickly. So I can go ahead and put on my moisturizer. And this is also Aveda Botanical Kinetics Intense Hydrating Soft Cream. This one has more of a fragrance than I would prefer. It smells really good, but in general I prefer my skin products to be unscented or to have a very mild scent. So like the last one, it does smell like tea, but already I can't smell it anymore. It's gone. This one, it smells really good, but I just kind of wish it didn't smell at all. So as you can see, I've only just started using this. I'll just put some on my cheeks, my nose, forehead. Actually, I usually use both hands to do that. There we go. Okay. Get that nice and pat it in. So now I am fully moisturized. That is my routine. I do that every day, even if I don't put on makeup, because that's something I can do in the dark. I don't really need to be able to see my face to do it. Okay, so let's move some things around here. And now it is summer here. I know it's September, and so you might think that's autumn, Labor Day is past, but I live in the South and it is still very hot and humid out, so in my opinion it's still summer. And I have not been wearing foundation. It just feels too heavy on my face, and I kind of like being able to see my skin. It's not perfect, and I do get, you know, pimples or blemishes, little things, and maybe I'll try to cover those up, but I guess I don't like having something cover all of my skin. I like to be able to see it. So I don't know, it's my own personal preference. Maybe you won't think it looks good that way, but it's my skin. So actually the first thing I'm gonna do is my eyebrows. And this is gonna be hard to do in this little mirror, but we'll see how it goes. Okay, so I use this little kit. It's Aesthetica and Contour Series Brow. I actually don't like it very much, and here's why. It has all these colors, and as you can see, I only really use one of them. I sometimes use this brown over here, but it's not quite the right color for me, and it has a highlighter that I don't like. So I tried it, and it's not as good as really any other highlighter. But it did help me. It came with all of these stencils, and I don't use them anymore, but it did kind of help me figure out how to shape my brows in a way that I like, so it was useful, but I don't think I would purchase it again. And also my brow brush, this is starting to fall apart, so it might actually fall apart while I use it. It came off the other day, and I stuck it back on, and it's not very stable. But just make sure everything's in the right place, brushed out. And I'll tell you, I actually have a scar in this eyebrow, so my eyebrows are very asymmetrical. Even when I fill them in, they are asymmetrical. But people always say they should be sisters, not twins. Mine are definitely maybe cousins, so that's fine. I feel like when I wear my glasses, it's harder to tell. But I really just use the powder to fill it in and maybe define the shape a little bit. But this is my favorite brow. I don't like this one as much. Everybody has a favorite. So normally the first thing I do is fill in my scar, actually, because that's going to help me figure out the shape I'm going to make this wacky eyebrow, because this part is always just a little bit weird. It's not as soft of a curve as this one. It always ends up being more of a, just makes me look a little quizzical. Okay. Now, without being able to get very close to my mirror, I'm gonna have to guess that that's good enough. I'm not totally certain. Okay. So now my eyebrows are defined and nothing else is. And next I'm gonna go ahead and do my cheeks. So I do use contour. Sort of. I mean, again, most days I actually don't, but I have started doing this. I don't have a contouring brush. I have this big old blush brush. And it really is too big, so I tend to hold it kind of like this to sort of fan it out and then apply. This is going to be really fun doing it in the viewfinder. Wish me luck. Oh, my contour is from Too Faced, but it's in this big box. I'm not going to show it to you, but it's so old. It was called bronzer back in the day, is what we called it. Okay. So we'll start here. Just sort of, it's not really blending because it's just skin and nothing else at this point, but soften the line that I created. Yeah, I think that's probably good enough. And now the other side, which is on the darker side, how lighting is done. Okay. Now this lighting is not ideal. It's possible this is overdone or underdone or not even, because this side, as you can tell, is much darker than this side where the light is coming from. But I think for now that's good enough. And as long as I'm doing my cheeks, I'm gonna go ahead and put on some highlighter. Yeah, so I just got this one and I love it, actually. So this is a sample that I got out of my Ipsy bag, this in for August, and I've used it every day since I've gotten it because I think it's so pretty. So it's called Glow 2 highlighter from Ciate, let's go with. And my only issue with it is it didn't come in like a real case. It's just in this plastic. And there's actually so much of it here. This is gonna last me a long time. But it's just kind of a bummer that it's in this weird plastic. Here it is. And hopefully it'll show up in this lighting because I have been loving it. So I just really don't need to grab very much at all. I'm gonna put that here. I don't know if it's showing up in the camera. I hope it is. It's so pretty. On this side I think it is because the light's hitting me here, but this side I think it's hard to tell. Might do a little more. Okay. So that's probably it for what I'm gonna do with my skin. I do have some powder. If I'm feeling, let me get this back in here. If I'm feeling very shiny or red, or I do have this this L'Oreal True Match blend, and you can see I've used a lot of it. There's still a lot in there though, and so sometimes I just sort of brush a little bit over my forehead, maybe down my nose and on my chin. This color right now is a little bit too light for me, so it kind of acts as like a matte highlight, if that makes sense. But I'm not gonna do that today. Okay, so I've got cheeks done, this done, brows done. So now I'm gonna do my eyes, and I'm going to use just this palette today. So I have the Naked 3 palette, and see, it's a little bit dented and stuff. This was a gift from my sister. She gave it to me for Christmas. Not this past Christmas. I know eyeshadow supposedly goes bad, but this is still good. And so you can see too, so Bread&Butter just bought this palette for herself, and she was asking what everyone's favorite color was, their favorite shade. So I actually opened mine up because I knew that one of them I had. This will focus. I'm trying to get the mirror out of there. There we go. I had used all the way down to the bottom, so that's obviously my favorite shade. And that one's called Liar. And I haven't been using it as much recently. It's a little bit dark. I've been trying to do some more lighter colors recently, so I think I'm gonna start with Limit today. So Limit's like a nice light pink matte color. Yeah, I'm gonna start with that one. Limit. I'm gonna use my big brush, and I'm just going to cover my lid with it and the crease. And I might be doing a messy job, but it's hard to tell in this dim lighting. Okay, so now I've got Limit over both my eyes, and I need a different brush. So I'm gonna take Nooner. Nooner is a darker matte brown color with a little bit of pink in it. I'll take my little brush, and this one I'm just gonna do under my eye. Oh, this is gonna be really hard at the distance I'm doing this, but it's just a little darker. It's a little bit of definition under the eye, because I'm not gonna put on any eyeliner under my eye. So instead I just use a slightly darker color, and I've been playing around with this, using darker and lighter colors recently to see what I like. See, I think that works pretty nicely to give a little definition, but it's not too dark like an eyeliner would be. Alright, this brush goes here. This brush. For my inner eye, I'm gonna use Strange. And I'll be honest, I don't love this color. It looks white in the palette, but it doesn't show up as light as I would like it to. So I actually have a different palette that I usually use that light color from, but gonna go ahead and lighten up the inner corner of my eye. Look at that. And it should just be a little bit lighter. It's not that dramatic. Okay. And now, if I wanted to do a more dramatic look, more of an evening look, I might pick one of these dark colors and sort of draw it out a little bit here and get a little bit in my crease. So let's pick Factory, which is a dark bronzy color, and see how we like it. But again, I'm not going to do a very precise job here, but I just kind of draw it out like where I would put a wing, and then I draw it into my crease. And that is how I've been sort of... Ooh, and then we're going to blend it because that came out darker than I thought it would. Let's blend the crease. Okay. I'm not super loving it, to be honest. This is hard to do at this distance. But we'll do the other side. And maybe I'll like it when we're done. Again, start here. And then draw it up into the crease. And that side came out even darker. Not sure how I feel about that. This blending job is very messy. I can't really see. Well, if anything, I think I have convinced you that I don't know how to put on makeup. But that's okay. It's not my job. What do I look like? It could be worse. It could be worse. I'll close that. That's it for just clean that up a little bit. Yeah, I think this side's actually way darker than the other. I usually do put a little highlighter right here under my eyebrows, but I didn't bring it out here with me, so I'm just gonna leave it. But normally I do have like a gold color. I've never used the pink colors to highlight under my eyebrows, but I do normally have a gold color that I just like to put right here and right here. Okay, and so next is the all-important eyeliner. I'm not sure I love this eyeliner. I thought it has an interesting tip. Get that focused on. It's... No, we're not gonna get a focus, are we? Come on, camera, I believe in you. There it is. Okay, so it's got this felt flat tip, and I thought that would make it easier to draw with. I don't really think it made it harder, but I'm not sure I like it very much. So, I don't know. If anyone has a liquid liner they really like, I'd be interested, or even a pencil liner. I'd be interested to know, because currently I don't have one that I love. And we're going to start out trying to make it very thin, and then we're going to fail at that and make it thicker. Especially at this distance from the mirror. This is putting on makeup on hard mode. Okay. That didn't come out as thick as I thought it would end up, but we'll see how the other side goes, because then we gotta match it, right? Oh, I look like I just punched myself in the eye. This is... well, it's a look. I might need to pull out another mirror to do this. There we go. Okay, can you see me? Yeah. It's so dark in here. is lined, and I think it's not too thick, not too terrible. And I'll just move on from that to what I think is the most important part. Yeah, if I'm gonna only put on one piece of makeup, just only do one thing, it's gonna be mascara. So I just purchased this mascara from Too Faced. And it's in this like cute pink metal tube, and it works really well. I actually did get a compliment on my eyelashes recently, which is not a normal compliment, I think. Not for me anyway. So let's see. Everyone has a funny mascara face. It's hard to put on mascara with your mouth closed. Okay. Other eye. From this distance, I can't actually see my lower eyelashes. I'm just kind of guessing. I always do a second coat. So I think that's the most important part. The part that I almost always forget to do my lips. Half the time I'll leave the house and realize I forgot to put on lipstick. I think, oh, did my eyes. I'm done. So this lipstick, I prefer like berry colors, purpley, yeah, sort of purpley plum colors. I also like browns or purpley brown colors. I do have a few pinks. I don't think orangey colors look good on me, but this one is just called Plum. So here it is. And I'll put this in the viewfinder. I have small lips. It's not my favorite part of my face. And my upper lip, I think, is too small. But I do have a dramatic Cupid's bow, which sometimes I feel a little self-conscious about. Okay, so that one went pinker than I thought it would. Wow, I was prepared, because sometimes I think that's too pink. So I actually bought a brown lipstick that I'll sometimes put over things to sort of make them a little darker and a little duller. I've heard you should never layer lipstick, and I have ignored that advice. I actually have this one red lipstick I never wear by itself because it's too bright. But if I wear a layer of purple underneath it, it comes out looking like a really nice red color. Okay. So that, I think it looks okay actually. I still look a little bit like I punched myself up here maybe. But that's pretty close to what I would do. Maybe not every day. But a pretty simple look. So I hope you enjoyed this, or are judging me harshly. If you want to critique me, that's fine. But more importantly, I hope you have a lovely night and that you sleep really well.